Hello, 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 hello. Welcome to COVID Central UK. I'm very sick tonight, but that's not important. That's the important part is what we're here for. We are here for a live Faction Files event, and we have a treat for you. So every so often on the Faction Files Discord, they run a competition called Mars Jam, and part of the Mars, the deal with the Mars Jam is it differs every time, and there's normally a prompt that's given, and then anybody in the community is welcome to create anything Red Faction related that meets the prompt. So you could write a short story or a song. People quite often make multiplayer levels or single player maps, that kind of thing, for these Mars jams. And we have just recently had one. The deadline for it was the 1st of September, and the prompt this time was capture the flag. And I've played a lot of first-person shooters, and capture the flag, whilst not as popular now as it once was back when I was first playing FPS games. Capture the flag was like a really, really, every FPS had a capture the flag mode, and it was always great fun. And so I was quite excited to see what people were going to come up with for the capture the flag prompt. And as expected, there were a lot of like capture the flag multiplayer maps, because as anybody who is around on the Faction Files Discord will know, we actually do have an online presence for the original Red Faction online multiplayer, and people do play capture the flag matches amongst other things, lots of lots of like deathmatch stuff and that kind of thing, and so lots of kind of multiplayer capture the flag maps. And then one of the community members sent me a DM actually, and sent me a YouTube video which was a trailer for something he was working on for this Mars Jam. And I did consider playing you the trailer before we got into this, but I thought it would be better to just, show you the thing itself. And so, community member Lord Intharth, who you may recognize from some of the Red Faction inbound races that we do. He is the world record holder for Red Faction inbounds, and I am not in the slightest bit salty about that, obviously. Yeah, so Lord Intharth has created a single player mod for Capture the Flag, and it's a mini campaign where you have to capture the flag. And it sounds like the sort of thing that should be a little bit weird, and it's actually thoroughly enjoyable. And the results of the Mars Jam came in, I think, yesterday, maybe today or today, and Lord Intharth's single player capture the flag mod was joint first place with Mystical Ace's fantastic multiplayer capture the flag map as well. And so we decided that, as Lord Intharth is a world record holder speedrunner, again, not salty at all, and he created this lovely single player capture the flag mod, that what we would do is we would have a developer speedrun of this mod. So Lord Intharth is going to speedrun a number of categories in his mod. He's going to talk a little bit about making the mod, the design process, the music, the lack of colorblind accessibility, which I'm gonna rib him about a little bit, just because I think it's funny. Although that being said, Intharth has very, very kindly actually made me a number of client-side mods, so that my colorblind ass can play the Carver mod, and also have a much easier time in my inbounds Red Faction 1 attempts. Doesn't make me any better at running it. I'm still languishing in like 6th place or something, but I am very appreciative of the work that he puts in to ensure that colorblind members of the community are able to play the games as they are meant to be played. So it is a little bit of light-hearted ribbing about the lack of colorblind accessibility. There's one particular part in there which was aggressively colorblind unfriendly, and I will point it out when we get there, but that is 100% not his fault. And yeah, so that's enough talking from me. I'm gonna switch us over to the main screen, which has Intharth's stream on there, and Intharth, say hello and introduce yourself, please.
I don't want to anymore. That was an attack. That was a personal attack. Hello, I am Intharth. I made this mod. Yeah, it was a joint first. I just want to say everyone did fantastic work. Etienne, Mike Lace, Acer, Kerpal. All the maps were really, really cool to play on the night, and I think everyone did really solid work on their maps. I did this as half of the shitpost in the first month. Like, as soon as it went out, I was like, what if you captured the flag, but it was single player? that was the idea. That was the idea.
I like it. The bit at the very beginning of the trailer actually says something ridiculous like that, doesn't it? To capture the flag,
Yeah.
simply walk over the flag.
It's true facts, bro. I mean, you got to get ahead somehow.
Absolutely, I love it.
But yeah, this. Go ahead.
So yeah, why don't you tell us where we are in your mod at the moment?
Well, currently I'm in a little, I guess you could call it a goofy extra, but as was the way back with old school FPS mods, everyone had like a little room where they would like thank people or showcase things, and I am currently in that version of my room. I am in my museum.
It is a glorious museum as well. I love all the purple.
You're welcome.
It's yeah. It's
that was for me, not for you, just so we're clear. But you're welcome.
That's fine, but I know that I will always be able to enjoy the stuff that you put out,
sure.
because it will always be very, very purple. So
yeah, a lot of what I was doing with this room specifically was just, it was a way for me to document some of the cooler things that I thought were cooler that I had made. So like, this is a cloth sim I did in Blender, for example, that you can't really do in like red. You can't make cloth sim in red, so you have to artificially make it first. So that was what this was. I'm kind of proud of how that turned out, and you'll see that later on in the mod.
Is that
midway through?
Is that used for the calendar?
No, this is the flags in the room at the end.
Okay, right.
When you beat Jaden, and then you go into the room, there's the flag on the pole, and there's the 4 flags behind them. But there's 2 boxes with flags on them. That's what this is. That was a copy. This is some of my canteen assets that I created, which I've also uploaded to the website for anyone to use if they want, because they're kind of cool, I think.
They absolutely are. I love the little purple wheels.
They're not purple in game. It's just a screenshot I took before I fixed the wheel texture. That's all that is. This is the Red Faction 2 sniper, which we turned into Jaden. That's him in his firing pose in the animation editor.
Oh, that's where the model for Jaden came from. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, it's Red Faction 2. Yeah. Why not? They're right there.
I thought he looked vaguely familiar.
He definitely is. I changed, so in Red Faction 2 he's got a bit more of a green texture to him. I sort of color blended it into purple just to sort of change it up a bit.
There's a sniper with a green texture? Okay.
So these snipers appear in Hanging in the Hood, and it's the bit where there's the cutscene and the little Red Faction person runs on the ground. Do you know where I would tell you not to jump off because there's fire, and if you jump off the side of the building, you die instantly?
Yes, I remember from my terrible speedrun.
That's where these snipers are.
Okay.
This is just some boxes I made. You'll see them in the first level. Pretty happy with them.
Is that a drone in the box?
Yeah, so I wanted to make it relevant to Red Faction. So what I did was I got So I got the spike bot. There's one that's missing from this screenshot, but it's two of the drones you would see in Space Station. Two of them side by side inside a box as well. I wanted to keep it Red Faction related, so it's, you know, I figured drones in boxes, they have to transport them around the complex somehow, so why not? So that was a genius idea.
Absolutely, yeah.
It's just a palette. No.
It's a fine looking palette.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I modeled it myself.
You made this in Blender, yeah?
Yeah, I made all the models. Well, I didn't make all of the models used. I did get some elsewhere, but 90% of what is in the mod that isn't in Red Faction, I made myself.
Nice. It is a fine looking palette.
Specifically for this, there's like a palette lift that Goober actually got from the same source. I didn't realize this until after I got it, but when I showed him it, he said, "Oh, that's the same one I used in Kava." I was like, "Oh, cool." So we're keeping the theme consistent,
Absolutely.
at least. That was the meme poster that the meme card. This is an asset from Sims, so I put a September 1st sticker on it because that was the end of the jam,
Yep.
and that's in the game somewhere.
I don't think I found that actually, so
I'll show you. It's very quick to get to.
you'll have to show us.
This was the last model I technically made for the mod. This was the security computer, which is in the 3rd level.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I'm pretty proud of it. I think it turned out pretty well, all things considered. It was a quick job for me, not because I didn't want to make anything better, but I'm proud of how it turned out because of how little I did for it. You know?
Yeah. No, it's a good computer mod.
And yeah, this is just a screenshot of various textures and images used throughout the campaign.
And these are textures that you created or amended.
Oh no. So all of them apart from one, I amended. Well, except for my Capture the Flag poster, which I obviously made, but yeah.
Which one didn't you amend?
That would be this one. Technically, it's an amended one, but I stuck my own piece of art that I made onto it. So.
Okay, fair enough.
And I guess you could say my logo isn't amended, but I didn't make that either. So.
And these are the actual names of the files in.
Yeah, so if you open Red and you open the texture editor, these are the names of the files you would see. Some of these are Red Faction 2 files as well. So yeah,
like the
some of them are. Yeah. That was just for additional things that I was. Not all of these ended up in the campaign for what it's worth. Like just they were used at one point, so I figured I'd just leave them in the folder, and I did try and use them. So there you go.
Yeah.
And of course, we have our villain.
Yeah.
This is Jaden. This is voiced by Hey, it's Duke, and he did a fantastic job voicing him.
He did do a fantastic job,
and I was really proud of it. And he did it on such short notice as well. Bless him. I was just like 2 weeks before the jam ended. I threw him a script. I was like, "Here, do what you said you can do," and he did it. So there we go. Oh man,
he did a great job, especially if it was really that short notice.
This is like so there's the texture I made.
Yep.
So I technically it's the same wall, but I pasted my own because the idea is, and it'll come in handy for the speedrun later. There's something there, and that's why I put a piece of fire on the wall.
Yes,
which I thought was really in tune with old school FPS, to be honest.
Absolutely, yeah. And when I saw that on the wall, I was like, okay, I need to blow up that wall. Like, there's something behind there.
I apologize that it was not blowing it up that did it. So yeah, these are just like sort of before and after screenshots as well, so like you can see them both there, like, and that's the palette lift that Goober said he used in Kava as well.
Yeah.
And you can sort of see in this screenshot the drones in the boxes.
Mm-hmm.
Which is pretty cool.
I did get stuck in one of the boxes once.
Yeah,
I will say. I know this is like it's a weird red collision thing.
Yeah. It's the objects, it's the color. What I should have done, but I did run out of time. It was like things at the end that I sort of had on a makeshift list was invisible wall that area just so you can jump on them properly. But yeah, I didn't get to it.
you can step
in time.
you can step warp out of them anyway.
Yeah, sure, sure. You can save all of them. Yeah, yeah.
And as a speedrunner, obviously, I'm intimately familiar with the process of step warping. So if I ever get stuck somewhere, I'm just like, I wonder if I can step warp my way out of it.
This is the before and after of one of the levels in the second level. One of the so this was one that I was really proud of that I built up quite a bit, and I thought it was quite good in the end. So that's why it's here over the canteen, which didn't have any surviving screenshots of its initial stages, so I couldn't put that here. The canteen I was very proud of.
It really adds a lot of life to the.
Thank you.
To it.
And this is the computer, the security computer room, which before it was quite empty, and I sort of half built it and left it alone for a while, and I realized that it was like quite half empty and just was lacking a lot of life. So yeah, in the end, we ended up adding some more clutter, adding a bit more life to it, and it did help. It helped quite a bit.
Yeah, it looks more like an actual space that people would use.
Exactly, and of course, you'll notice a theme with this campaign is there's a lot of keys lying around.
Which is also very old school FPS.
Indeed, that's
all of the old school FPSs had collect this key and do this thing, and
the inspiration was a retro FPS game that I played recently, and it was thanks to Goober. Goober is the guy that he found a game on itch through an old developer that we'd speedrun a game from, and after playing, I was like, this is like one of the best modern version of what once was. To me, I loved the graphical detail. I loved how smooth it was and all that. And it just happened to line up with the time that Goober was announcing the jam, and I was like, this is the inspiration. This is perfect. I want to do something like this. And so that's kind of where the idea was born from.
This was Zorch you're talking about, presumably.
No.
No? Okay.
This was it's called The Interval.
Okay.
And The Interval is from a guy called Sean Noonan. He's done a bit of in-industry work before. He used to work for an ex-Rockstar studio. When we found him, he released sort of a first-person shooter kind of version of the very first Super Mario Bros. Level, which we all speedrun collectively, and so it was about a year and a half later we found The Interval. So it was really cool to discover The Interval, and it's like a time heist, I want to say, because you go through different time periods, and the whole idea is you collect keys to progress through each level. That's how it works, and that was the main inspiration.
Excellent.
Here you can see this. I included this so there was some kind of symmetry in the room, but since Duke also made it, it kind of works. Duke hex edited the textures for this guy to exist, which was really cool of him. He did it for Kava, and I used it here, so that's why these guys exist.
Nice.
And here's all the little secrets you can get throughout the game.
Yep.
There's a couple of extra things that count as secrets, but for all intents and purposes, these are the main ones that I started with. So all of these were made by my wonderful girlfriend. She did all the art. All I did was put them in a little border and gave the border a color. That's all I did for these.
I have to say, as a huge fan of Oreos, I was very, very pleased to see the old Oreos in there. I thought that was brilliant.
It started as a joke. We were like, so if you could have what we have now in Red Faction theme, what would they be called? And we came up with a bunch of these ideas, and she started making logos and things for them, and these were the three that I had at the time of starting the mod, so these were the three that were getting put in. And this one is my absolute favorite, just because of obviously Takeshi's Castle, or MXC as Americans would know it as.
Yep.
And that's really what all them, and that so all credit to these items goes to my girlfriend. I did not make any of them.
They're very good.
Yeah. And these are just the sort of the typical sky view maps of each level in Red.
Yep.
I also had one. So when I started the mod, I had one in Paint, that I wanted to include, but then I realized the paint one gives away one of the secrets, and I didn't want to include that.
Ah, okay.
So you can't quite get the secret, but I'll show you the secret once I because you might not have found it yourself playing the game normally. So when we do an inbound speedrun, you'll see the secret.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
So I think I missed one secret when I did it.
So technically, it's not like a secret that would unlock the secrets screen, but it's like a mini shortcut.
Okay, right.
All right,
Okay.
that is the museum. Any questions so far?
No, I think that's I mean, you've turned down the music
Yes.
on this.
I can turn it back up a little bit now if you want.
I just want to say that the music on this is actually banging, and I understand that you got it free as like a not free royalty free as a pack of music.
So yeah, so over time, Humble Bundle or a website called Fanatical, they drop these absolute amazingly good soundtrack sort of charity bundles, which
Yes,
I just purchase. And so I have like this bank of just, it's like an entire dedicated folder with just like sci-fi themes, medieval action themes, time heist themes, or sound effects, or whatever it is. And all these soundtracks, just I basically have every kind of soundtrack I would want to borrow from to make something to make them into something for what I would use for Red Faction. And so all the music, apart from maybe one song that I found elsewhere, came from those packs.
There's also a really great bit at one point where the music just fully kicks up a notch, and it's so well placed where that music escalates, and as I was playing it, when that part of the music dropped, I was like, you know, this is nailed the 1990s kind of like Doom-esque soundtracks. Where
I want to know where was it?
Do you know, I can't remember, but if I hear it whilst you're whilst you're playing,
Right.
I will point it out, because yeah, it was so good, and I was like, this is absolutely nailed that 1990s FPS experience.
So I will quickly get this out of the way, and I will run through the Glass House extra, which is capture the flag, a mini speedrun within a speedrun within a speedrun.
Yeah, so this is the is this the tutorial?
No, the tutorial.
Yeah.
The tutorial technically could, but I made most of it enough of an auto-scroller where it wouldn't really make for fun, so...
Yeah.
And that was really just there as a bit of a joke. That was just there to throw in some funny lines and mock the actual training of the game. So,
yeah.
So that's all that was. So Capture the Flag is a mini run map where you just capture the flag at a certain point and you beat it. That's sort of where my joke line from that trailer came from and why I put it in the game.
And this is one of the categories for speedruns for this.
Yeah, this is one of the categories, and Goober has submitted a run for this, so I don't know if I'll beat it live. We'll see.
Okay, I don't have the capability of timing your run.
That's all right. I'm streaming. I'm streaming, and I have a timer.
Okay, cool.
So I have something that will be able to be submitted. But yeah. I can count us in. This will be a short one, then we can get back to questions and things in a minute.
Cool. Okay, yeah, go for it. Right.
So I'll count us in if you want.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it'll be 3, 2, 1, go. And they're off. Now I'm not going to do any fancy trickery on Capture the Flag. I know Goober found a little sneaky shortcut, but this is really just about exploring the mod. And showing it off, so no sneaky stuff here, at least yet. When I do an any %, you'll see sneaky things. Not for this area, but you'll see. So this was just like me trying to turn the keys of the mod into like a themed room for each section, and my main concern was just make sure it flowed, and it actually ended with running into that room, but I decided to really lay into the Red Faction meme of Warlords, because Warlords is like the quintessential. Everyone knows what Warlords is, so we did Warlords as the bit of a joke ending, a joke thing to insert, and that is the run.
Fantastic. How did you do time wise?
I got 53 seconds.
Does that beat Goobers?
I don't know. I'm not looking.
I'll check for you. How's that?
You check. You check.
Whilst you do the next bit, I'll check for you.
I'll check. So I'll quickly run through the credits of the mod just so you can see the full screen here. I made this poster in Blender. And this was like the start of the jam. I was like, so initially I was like, oh, I can make a poster out of Warlords and it would look really cool and cinematic. And so I built this poster to sort of symbolize the jam a little bit and to sort of, because at the time I didn't have enough confidence that I could make a single player campaign in time. So I did this so that I could just submit something as a bit of a here I did this, because Blender is apparently my strong suit when it comes to Red Faction.
Very good. I actually can't find the capture the flag on Red Faction on speedrun.com. Where should I be looking for?
You go to the Red Faction series and you just scroll through, and it should be at the far end because it's the last one in the date series.
Right, capture the flag, easy, any percent. Oh no, Goober's best time is 52.3 seconds.
That's because he did that little sneaky jump. I know where he's at. I got you.
Oh, and graciously verified by you.
Of course. Speedrun my mod, I'll verify it, I promise. But yeah, there's a lot of cool things about this poster that I really like. First thing is the debris flying. It took me forever to sort of get to the point where the debris would fly and look like it was flying.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty happy with that. Also, Parker's gritted teeth. I don't know how easy it is to see on the screen, but Parker's gritted teeth was the pinnacle of the memes at the start of making this. So
I suppose it was that sort of thing that actually led you to make the entire mod. Was just like him gritting his teeth and
yeah, that's exactly I needed that visual motivation, you know.
Yeah.
So that's my poster that I made in Blender. There's a couple of things that I didn't do, like there's a couple of smoke PNGs in there you might notice that I got from online, but all the Red Faction stuff, all that, yeah, I put all that into. I had to basically import Warlords into Blender and then retexture it manually and hope for the best.
Wow.
I think I managed it. I think I managed a good job.
You did, yeah, definitely.
And the barbed wire little things as well. I really had fun placing them in there to add to the sort of cinematic vibes of the whole thing.
There's a lot more effort that went into that than I assumed would have done.
It took a lot of time to pose them in positions that didn't make them look quite static. I'm not very good with the animation and posing sort of stuff. That's why Jaden flies. Just didn't have to animate him running. So there you go. That's a secret.
I assumed that was just a throwback to K-Pec.
The vibe is similar because the nano shell, right? But it was also an excuse to not have to animate his legs.
Yeah, and because he comes down from the ceiling and everything, like.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but
so that's the poster.
It makes sense that was to know.
Also, fun fact: to make the poster fit the main menu, I had to compress it so much, so that's why it looks a little fuzzy, out of focus in the main menu.
Oh.
So that's why you got the credits. You get the full version without fuzziness.
Yeah.
All right, you want to ask me questions, or do you want me to speedrun, or what do we want to do?
Okay, so first of all, tell us what the different categories are for your mod.
So I did categories for any percent, obvious. I'm never not going to have that on a game that I make. Inbounds, which again is pretty standard for this game now, just because of how the corners work. And I have an all secrets mode, which there's secrets, and I made a specific special secret end screen so that capturing the secrets, you would know that there is a you did there's a visual indicator that all the secrets are caught, which sometimes I think is lacking. Sometimes in not Red Faction mods, but other games, it doesn't really tell you. You're relying on Steam achievements and all those kind of things. So I put a little bonus end credits image in if you got all the secrets. So it's a good visual indicator for the speedrun. Capture the flag, which was the mode we just talked about and did. That's the third one, and the last one is a little interesting one. I'll let everybody else speak about what that one was. What was that percentage all about, Echo?
Death percent, I assume you're talking about.
Yeah.
And this is the button, I'm guessing.
This is the button.
Yeah. Okay. So at one point, I mean, it's a little bit of a spoiler if you haven't played this yet. Then
if they're watching this and they don't want spoilers, I don't know what to tell them.
Yeah, exactly. That's kind of your own fault if you're watching this and you don't want spoilers. But there's a room that you can encounter quite early on in the mod, and there's a big red button in the middle of the room, and it's surrounded by posters that say "horseplay means death," or something like that. And a bunch of like skulls and stuff on the wall, and it's very, very obvious that when you push the button, you're going to die. And and literally every other person that I know who has played this has been 100% unable to prevent themselves from pushing the button. You see a button like that, it's too tempting. You can't not push the button. You have to push the button and then you die. So the death percent speedrun is to make your way to the button and push the button as quick as possible.
So we'll do that one at the end as a bit of a joke ending. But simply put, that was the typical sort of narrator twist, the whole portal meme, all that kind of stuff. That was just a bit of fun from that sort of side of gaming. Just throw that in there.
Yeah, and I mean that's very classic 1990s FPSs as well. Like,
I feel like Romero would have told you things like that through death buttons.
Yes, yeah. I mean, there is a couple of places that I can think of just off the top of my head in the original Doom, where you go into a room and you're like, ooh, a button. And it's like, you're obviously going to die if you press that button. Like, everything around you is set up in such a way that you know you're going to die when you press that button, and you can't help yourself. You press the button, and you die, and then you go, oh, now I've got to start the level again.
So yeah, one of the caveats of Red Faction is I made sure that it was early enough that it didn't upset anyone who didn't save. I felt that was the fairest thing to do.
See, the thing is, I didn't save before I pushed the button. I knew that I was going to die. There was no part of me at all that thought, oh, when I push this button, anything other than I'm going to die is going to happen. And yet I didn't hit save. So I am grateful that you put it early enough that...
I swear, I think every ping I got from the server about for the next 2 or 3 days after I released it was people saying, I just hit the button, you bastards. in as many other words. So that was my sort of Portal-inspired ending, if you like.
We're all 100% unable to resist pushing the button, which is very, very obviously going to kill us. If you haven't played this, when we do the death percent, if you're okay to just like spend a few seconds in the room, just looking around at the room, so everybody can see exactly how clear it is that you're going to die when you push this button.
Yeah, I could have added a voice line, but that's no fun. That just gives it away. I mean, come on, can't handhold forever.
and the credits crawl that comes up when I suppose the game over that comes up when that happens, and you're like, because you didn't realize that pushing that button was gonna fucking kill you. Like, of course it was.
So one of the problems with RF mods is if you wanted to go straight to the end game. Here's the thing: you need to use the bomb. Because that's how it's functioned, that's how it's coded. It will go to the credits when you finish the bomb.
Yeah.
So we have to trick it. So we have to give it like an end game over screen every time we do an ending. So that's kind of like a little piece of advice. Like, it's just you gotta have fill out your end game tables, because so many mods go to the end of the level and it just sends missing end game for text. It's like, fill out your end games, guys. So yeah. But me and Goober found a good trick of using, instead of saying congratulations you finished the game, we actually do the credits in there because the text is a bit better and things like that. So I think it's a pretty good place to do credit for the mods themselves.
Yeah, definitely. So what's your first category going to be then?
Well, I think it has to be inbounds, just to sort of showcase everything.
Okay.
If you're cool with that, but I will show the trading level first.
Okay, yes, let's do it, just because it is actually hilarious. It's like, I hope I'm not going to offend you when I say this. It is terrible.
That's the point.
Yeah,
that was the point.
I assume it was deliberately awful.
I had finished the mod and I was like, I am done. I'm just gonna throw this in at the end just to say it was changed. That was it. And to be fair, it was to say it was changed because I know a lot of people like checking out the training in the glasshouse, see if things are different. So I thought, this is for you guys. It's not great, but here it is. Because I'd already put so much effort into glasshouse, so I thought I'll just rip the piss out of the main game's training section and we'll go from there.
Yeah,
so that's what it is.
Yeah, I got to the end of the training and I was like, well played. Like, it's
another minute wasted.
So well done to be that annoyingly bad.
I wish look, it would be better if I had said, "Oh, you think? I tried really hard with that." But after seeing the mod and playing the mod, you'd know that it was intentional, I think. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Alright, well, I'll go into the training and you can just see for yourself.
Pavo, this is the training phase of your career in capturing flags. Once we're finished here, you'll be able to steal flags from Ultor when the time comes.
My voice, by the way.
Some doors open as you approach them.
You're so clearly
What
taking
door?
the piss out of the player here as well. Like, some doors
Yeah.
open when you approach them.
The door will open.
Well, Orion says things like that in the training, and I was like, how can I take the piss out of the training and also mock what the training does for you? So I made a really stupid, not obvious door and put some plants in the middle of it, and then said, the door opens, by the way.
Okay, now the most important part in capturing the flag is, firstly, picking up the flag. Do this by walking into it.
And here's the line from the trailer.
Okay, Pavo, this is it. The big capture. To capture the flag, simply walk over the flag. Well done, Pavo.
And if I'm right, time should start in a second for an inbounds run. Oh, the timer started. Beautiful.
Great work.
Boom.
Now let's get them flags.
Die, miner!
According to my intel, there's a lot of locked doors in here. How to open them, I could not tell you. Good luck.
Yeah, one of the main features of this mod is basically, instead of picking up ammo from dead guys, which is a Red Faction tradition, I decided to go for the old school method of just hiding ammo in certain spots and doing it that way.
Also very, very 90s FPS.
So for the speedrun, we're going to need some rockets and some remote charges, so we're going to pick them up along the way. And we're going to pick up the shotgun because why not, right? Why not? This is hiding a shotgun. And for all those curious, that is where death percent is. I'm going to try something that... Well, no, I'll play a fair inbounds first. So this is the big room. Here's the pallet lift. This was one of the larger parts of the first month of my making of this mod. Took quite a bit out of me because I did a lot of modeling in Blender and things like that as well, which I was really proud of. The first room I showed anyone, and I had to show Goober because I wanted technical advice, was this room here.
Yeah.
And this is just a clusterfuck of clutter objects, signposting that this is a room you need to do something in. So,
Good work.
and a handy voice line to let you know you've done it. So what this does is it switches off the conveyor belt, which we're going to have to run along.
Yeah.
I don't like it when it gets in my way, and the shortcut is coming up very quickly. So this is inbounds. This isn't all secrets, so we're not going to be focused on secrets, but we are going to have to go into a couple of secrets just to get something. So the shortcut I was talking about is right here.
Oh, that's an info code. Collect them for personal gain, I guess.
And that's a little trick for the inbounds.
Nice. Now when you go back out there, there's going to be...
When I go back out, there will be a rocket launcher for free, basically.
Aha!
Oh, these are Iggy cards.
And that's a voice line for the all secrets.
Ah, this must be the way up. Get to it.
Oh, it's a speedrun. Yeah. here's the poster.
Okay, there it is. Nice.
This level, inbounds, is very structured in a way that makes you run the long way for everything. Which, you're welcome.
I have to say, that's a very confusingly laid out
This
toilet.
canteen is packed.
Don't worry about it. I feel like old school FPSs would have done something similar.
Oh, absolutely.
Very Wolfenstein, I think.
Yeah.
Also, shout out to this guy.
Would you like a burger?
No, I would not, sir. But thank you for the offer.
Who did that voice line? Is that you?
Me. I did it.
Excellent.
So yeah, a little platformer. Not really platforming, but a little bit of fun because I was trying to. So I had like a theme for every key, and the theme was for the blue one. It was just find the key. For the red one, it was like do something specific. So like this area is the
Oh, I know about this area. Stop the force fields. There's
very geothermal, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
the final obstacle, the door.
Okay, so Greyest Fox in the chat has said that he got up the conveyor belt without turning it off.
That was what I was gonna show off, but I was
Yeah, so when I first tried that, I assumed that there would be a way to get up there. I encountered a sort of death plane, and just immediately died when I.
So
jumped
there
up
isn't
there.
a death plane there. It's a push region, but it's slamming you into the wall if you try and get through it.
Right. Okay.
And it's going to kill you because the push region is vast enough to stop a casual player accidentally going up it, you know?
Right. Okay. So there is a way around it, but
Technically, yes.
Wait, you
I'll try and show it off in the 80% run. It'll be a very slow 80% run, but I'll try and show it off.
Be open now.
I'm going to get some extra rockets. And there's a really cool 80% skip in this area, which I will showcase in a bit. I think you'll love it. Oh, right, yeah, I need the key. I made this, I promise.
and the deadly door.
Yeah.
Tell us about the door.
Oh,
Huh?
Tell us about the door.
The door?
Yeah.
Well, that's the door. I honestly, I didn't mean for that to happen. I don't know what happened there. I forgot to do something.
It's very on theme. Like when I died there, I wasn't like, oh my god, this is obviously a bug. It was, it was very on theme.
But yeah, we're playing it on easy. We could do an impossible one. It might be funny to try and do an impossible one.
Guaranteed world record.
Guaranteed world record.
You saw it here first, folks.
But yeah, so that was the second level. This took me about
all right.
2 or 3 weeks to make, unscripting and just a lot of the extra stuff added in. This is Duke. Duke is an amazing voice actor, and I'm so happy he agreed to help me out with this.
Did you really think my cameras would get you?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I died so many times here.
Also, shout out to Fishy. We have to say hi to Fishy. Hi, Fishy. Bye, Fishy.
I mean, it's a whale and it's a mammal, but
Well, it's
just, just imagine me pushing my glasses up my nose, going, actually.
So yeah, this was a challenge to me because I initially had a whole ass set of lasers here, but basically what happened is I hit the limit of particle emitters that I could have in the level because I have particle emitters further in. So I was no longer allowed to have too many lasers there. And for anyone who wants the cheat code to this area, there you go. 5, 3, 2.
It's the same one as in Carver, isn't it?
It's similar. It's similar. The Carver's a different button, but yeah, it's the same sort of idea.
And the actual laser trap itself is very Resident Evil.
Yeah, cool. All right, you ready?
The movie, the bad movie.
Ooh, fire! It's about to get crispy in here.
That's my voice line for that. So yeah, fun fact, you don't need to walk up the ramps, you can just jump up.
Nice.
And not get stuck on enemies, I guess.
It's probably faster that way.
I know exactly what you meant by colorblind issues. I'm not an idiot, alright? I know where it was. It was right here, I know.
Apparently the computer screens are obviously color-coded.
I apologize.
They were not obvious at all to me. I still don't know what you mean by color-coded.
So basically, I'll explain it to you. Because like I can at least tell you. When I first conceived this room, I don't think you were in the community, so I couldn't have envisioned that, right? I'm sorry. I made orange lights, which is the lights I have everywhere else in the mod, to sort of signify there's something to do there. I made orange lights on all 4 corners to try and say, this is something different about the room, you should definitely shoot this. But yeah, it's not easy to signpost something like that. It was more of an experiment, so I apologize.
That's fine. Like, this is by no means the most egregious like anti-colorblind. I think actually, honestly, much as I love it, that award has to go to that first bit in Carver when you
the towers, yeah,
and you have to take out
that's a hard one.
The red towers against the red background.
Thematically, it's on point, so like but yeah, I get you.
And
The boxes you were wondering, by the way, the flags. Here they are.
Oh, cool. Yep.
And because they've been cloth simmed, I cloth simmed them onto the box that I was going to put them on, so they fit perfectly.
Nice.
Now get the flags and get out of there. Run, Pavel! The guards are sealing up the building.
Yeah, this was like a really cheap, lazy effort of mine, but I just left the guards in on the second on the second part of this level. I just left them in and moved them slightly. And the reason we have a run back section is just because I didn't want the mod to end that quickly. I wanted to like just give it a bit of extra playability. I just thought running back to the start would be a fun way to do it.
It's also very 90s FPS.
Yeah.
Like
and also
backtracking is a huge part of the 90s FPS experience.
No mercy. You're terminated. Oh.
Get out of here, boy.
I know it sounds like I'm being somewhat critical of the 90s FPS experience, but I love 90s FPS. Greyest Fox who's in the chat at the moment actually has been playtesting some Red Faction maps that I've been making in the Doom engine. So that's how much I love 90s FPS. You know, like I'm combining Red Faction with 90s FPSs. So seeing these kinds of hallmarks in a mod for the actual Red Faction game is, yeah, it's fantastic. I love it.
You're welcome.
One more floor. Come on, you can do it.
It's a long delay, but it works.
I also died many times here. But
I'm sorry.
No, that's just
I had to. It's kind of like nano theft. I amped up the difficulty on purpose.
Yeah, I'm
just because it was the end.
I'm just a dumbass. Like that's the problem there.
It's fair. Oh no, yeah. Fun fact for the astutely keen eye observer. That's a water VFX, but I thought that looks like confetti. Let's play that on the end screen because these screens are actually. Because these screens are done in red. They're not like credit screens written up on a texture just for a texture. They're actually in red, and it's a level you can technically load up the level in red, but it's just like a bunch of invisible walls and a couple of screens with those textures on it. But it's a really good way of showcasing the end of the game, I think.
Yeah.
And I got it from Goober as well, again, Kava as well. And yeah, that's all the credits. So yeah, a lot of the music came from the same pack that I got on I think it was a Fanatical pack for this one specifically, but there's maybe one or two Humble Bundle tracks in there as well.
Nice. I am
Yeah.
also a big fan of the Humble Bundle music packs. I've bought a bunch of those, and there's a lot of cool music that you can find on those things. As you definitely
Exactly.
have. I mean, I couldn't really hear it. I couldn't really hear any.
I can turn the music back up now.
Unfortunately, well, I feel like in the lesser percentage runs, I'm not going to be able to identify the sick beat
That's
drop.
fair.
But
That's fair.
but I will find it, and I will let you know.
You let me know.
I will DM you.
Awesome.
And tell you.
Tracking, because I'd love to know like where it was I somehow perfectly matched it up.
Yeah, it's so good.
What would you like to see next? There's all secrets. There's any percent. There's impossible.
Okay, let's see any percent. And the reason I say any percent is because I'm curious. I'm pretty sure I know the answer to this, but I'm curious to know what kind of considerations were made in regards to any percent speedrunning for this.
So Goober said this about Kava, and it really struck with me, and it stuck with me in that regard, where I said, I'm not going to specifically stop it. I did it in one instance, but that was more to fuck with a certain person. That wasn't like to stop speedrunning. It doesn't actually do anything, but I thought it'd be funny to block that off anyways. But I didn't actually like go out of the way to block any sort of speedrun innovation. 90% of the tricks that I know of are ones I found during, and I thought, that's too good. I can't. The speedrunner in me wouldn't let me stop it, you know? So it was like clashing of interests.
So there's not any like deliberately left in geo mods where you can sort of punch a hole through from one section to another or anything.
The geo mods that are there are the intentional ones, yeah.
Okay.
But again, like it's like that, like corners that actually work. I knew about. I didn't take them away. If a geo mod happened to work unintentionally, then it's fine. I don't really mind. I think I disabled it, but that was more for the consideration of the mod I was trying to make, not for the anti-speedrunners of it.
Yeah.
The geomod in the engine isn't very well used, and I wanted to keep it, at least within this one, relegated to secret hunting or shortcutting intentionally, which you saw in the first level. I don't know how many people would have found out about that shortcut.
No, I didn't know about that.
So that was the shortcut that I jumped in the first level, and that was so on my paint image. That little pathway is like clear as day on it. I was like, I don't want to give it away. I don't want to give it away.
Okay.
But I will drop the paint thing in the workshop channel after this, and you can see what I mean by that.
Great. Yeah, I'll look forward to that. I'll take a look and see just how obvious it is.
Yeah.
Because if I saw something like that, I'd be like, I wonder if I can shoot my way through that.
So this is going to be a bit of a longer any percent speedrun than normal, because I'm going to try and show off that conveyor jump.
Okay.
Alright? It's going to take a few tries, but I'm ready when you are.
Okay, yeah. Go for it.
Alright, 3...
Skip training this time.
Yeah. You don't want to hear it again? Okay. 3, 2, 1, go.
And you're in. Great work. Now let's get them flags.
Drop your
So
According
I am
to
now going to play it as if I was
doors in here. Be on the lookout
being
for
sneaky
Walmart thieves. They may be
and running like it was an actual any percent.
So there is a line in here about Intharth being a world record holding speedrunner. I assume that was like just a cheap shot at Grant.
It wasn't. I just thought it was a funny thing to say at the time. I'll be really.
Fair.
How you get up there?
Oh well, damn. Alright. Alright. Yeah, so that's gonna happen a few times.
Also, I love your sound mod where it just goes brah.
Oh yeah. You're welcome.
It's almost as good as my Mario one.
So the cool thing about this conveyor belt is the fact that I'm dying means you know that it works, right? It does what it's supposed to do.
Yeah.
The average person who tries to jump up there will not make it through, but there we go.
Yeah. There we go. I mean,
There we go. I made it.
Greatest Fox did make it up there.
Oh yeah. I meant intentionally.
Yeah. But I didn't make it up there. I was like, oh, it's death plane.
Collect them for personal gain, I guess.
Same strat here, just weapon hunting basically, and getting ourselves through it. Being quirky because I can. I'll pick up some health here just because I want health.
Safety, yep.
Exactly. So the reason I want the rocket launcher is because it's better to have the rocket launcher in the lower levels because it's less downtime for
Yes.
things like getting the HMG and things like that.
Ah, this must be the way up. Get to it.
Oh, get out of my way, bro.
Yeah, it's a lot quicker to punch a hole in something with a rocket launcher than it is with the
Exactly. Yeah.
remote charges. I had to remember what they were called for a second.
So I have to wonder if there's a better way to do this level, because as you can see, I'm still going the long way around, basically, until the red section.
Game's over, scum. I don't deserve to die.
In fact, I think I can do a corner here, just, I don't want to, because it's like, in the wake, I forgot to pick up the assault rifle. Oh dear. Oops. Well, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, I imagine there's not another one.
There is not.
Um,
Also the HMG.
So
There's some
the laser force field things,
The final
Uh-huh.
it's really easy to get through the first one, and then really difficult to get through the second one.
You're welcome.
How deliberate was that?
Not at all. I just made them. I didn't actually intend for them to be harder or easier. I just put them there for the coolness of the force fields.
Okay, the first. I mean, ultimately the door's locked anyway, so
Yeah.
so you can't actually use it to save any time. But the first
Exactly.
laser force field, super easy to get through. And then the second one, super difficult to get through.
Well, it's the door, right? You have to beat the door first, right?
Yeah.
That doesn't help anyone.
All right.
All right. So, did you like the corner, by the way?
Yes, that was a unique corner. You went
You're
through
welcome.
and then jumped up a level.
Yeah. So the cool thing about red is if you manage to clip a ladder from out of bounds, you can climb it.
Huh.
Hey, you! Stop right there!
Oh, fire! It's about to get crispy.
Wait, I'll take the. I have. Oh, this is terrible. We're gonna have to do this old school style. And I mean with a baton.
Surrender or die!
Because I didn't get anything, so this is gonna be really interesting if I can actually get through this mod now. I made a mistake in not getting a.
To my humble building, you will go no further.
Shit, that's gas! Find a way to shut it down!
Wait, I have a rocket launcher. What am I doing? I'm being an idiot is what I'm doing.
For a hero. No matter. I will deal with you personally.
I also love that the flamethrower because it totally stops whatever he's doing.
Yep.
Come on, now get the flags and get out of
I'm guessing that if you don't have the flamethrower, he takes quite a lot of battery.
It's like a round of assault rifle ammo. I think. Maybe. I can't remember.
Because yeah, with the flamethrower, he's pretty.
Well, it's the same as like K-Pack, right? The nano shield is affected by flamethrowers because it's an oversight in the engine. So I threw the flamethrower in for speedrunners. That's basically why it's there.
Yeah, because the flamethrower does damage for every tick, doesn't it?
Yeah. So every frame basically.
So if you've got 240 frames per second, and
you're doing a lot of damage,
and you hold the flamethrower for 2 seconds, then you're doing the flamethrower's damage times 480.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah. Which is yeah.
I skipped an 80% strat, which I forgot to do. I'm just realizing that now. We might have to go again, and I can do it properly.
and grab the right weapons and everything.
Hey, we want to give it a proper showcase. Maybe we'll get like conveyor belt quicker. Who knows? Yeah, Gray. So the flamethrower damage, it is purely based on frames. So you have to. That's why on PlayStation you might notice that it takes a little longer for the flamethrower to do anything compared to what we can do with on the PC.
Yes, yeah, it's a lot slower to kill K-Pack on PlayStation than it is on PC. I imagine if you're playing it at like native 30 FPS, it does the same.
The Red Faction thanks you for this service. I'll see you back in face.
Yes, Grey's Fox didn't know that the flamethrower damage was based on frames. But yes,
well, now you do.
Yeah, it deals damage for every frame.
So here's like
tick of the game, it does the flamethrower damage.
So here's the big difference. PlayStation 2 is 30 FPS. PlayStation 4 and 5 is 60 FPS. Dash Faction would do it 240 FPS. You can see how that really builds up as far as killing K-Pack comes into play.
Yep.
The world record, exactly. I left out one of the cool skips so that they kept them guessing. You know, that's what it was. That's what it was all about.
Just so that people can't just watch this video back and be like, "Oh, I can beat."
Gotta save some of the snacks for the kids.
Absolutely.
But luckily, it's quite out-of-bound friendly. There's only a couple, like 3, I think. So, and again, I think it's important for me to stress that even though, so when it was Goober, he said, if you find a corner, don't tell me. I'll be tempted to block it off. But he didn't want it because he didn't want to block things off for speedrunners. And when he said that about Kava, I took that as challenge accepted and found as many as I could.
Yeah.
And didn't tell him. So that when it came to running the game in any percent, both him and Grant, I think, were in the call when I showed it off after he released it. I was like, oh, so this one's here, by the way, and then there's that one here, and then there's this one here as well, by the way, and it was just like, done. So I took the same considerations to myself. I was like, if I find them, I just won't fix them. And then me making a single-player game for a casual audience of an old game versus speedrunner me is like, how do I make this faster? I had a bit of a clash of interests, but I think I made it fair for everyone. So.
Yeah, absolutely. I enjoyed it as a casual experience, whilst also kind of thinking to myself, how would I approach this from a speedrun perspective, whilst I was playing it. So.
And that's another thing. I kept most of the speedrun gimmicks, like the machine gun and the flamethrower, out of the way of the casual viewer on at least immediate impression.
Yeah. Just
so they had a bit of fun finding things for themselves.
Yeah.
But that is any percent. What would you like next? There is, I guess, Impossible, which will definitely be any percent. Or there is All Secrets.
Let's see All Secrets. Yeah, let's see
All Secrets. All right.
And then you can point out the differences in the end screen that show that you've.
For sure. It's literally just a different version of that same screen, but it's got the pictures on it from the cards, which I think are pretty cool. All right, you ready?
Yes. Yeah.
All right. 3, 2, 1, go. So what I'll do for this one is I will take it slow. I will let you hear all of the voice lines that come out of the secrets.
Yes, because they actually are fucking hilarious.
Some of them are.
there is one
Sorry?
that made me laugh a lot harder than it should have done, and it's like it's not even a good joke. It's just it just really got me.
Pretty shit joke, my guy. Oh, okay, sorry. I'll go and get the shotgun. Oh my god, maybe not. I'll forget the shotgun. It's fine.
Yeah, I think it's just it's the delivery and the sincerity with which you tell this terrible joke. And yeah, I really appreciate it.
Is it the fridge?
It is, yeah. It is that one indeed. And
There we go.
That was nice. Yeah, smooth. That was quicker than last time.
I'm trying to break the pathfinder for them so they stop chasing me. There we go. Alright, so here's the first secret.
Oh, that's an Inthorn coin. Collect them for personal gain, I guess.
And it's the exact same method here. We're just gonna do the exact same shit before. Very, very standard for this section, I think.
Yep. Go and grab the green key.
And so yeah, so I don't think I finished my sentence earlier. Basically, the theme was, for blue key, go and find the key. For red key, go and do a little puzzle or solve something for the key. And then the green key was boss kill key. Boss of floor. So each floor has their own dedicated like mini fight room where you kill someone to get a key.
Oh, these are Iggy cards. Much better than the coins for sure. You can also just collect these for your own personal enjoyment.
And I will be picking up the ammo this time because I'm not an idiot.
Nicely done.
Thank you.
Die, scum!
Alright.
Ah, this must be the way up.
Yeah, I did wonder if you had finished that thought about the color cut, like the themes for the keys, but I couldn't remember
Yeah.
it, and I didn't want to embarrass myself by being like, did you tell us that?
So yeah, the theming around the key was important. So I wanted to have each one feel like it was consistent among the levels.
Yeah.
I felt like it was really important for me to sort of make sure that each key had a similar theme on each floor, so that you knew exactly kind of what you were doing per key, basically.
And I think that's well done in the mod, because when I was playing it through, whilst I didn't directly think to myself, "Oh, I'm doing the same sort of thing for these," it didn't. Like none of the collecting of the keys felt like, "Oh, last time I got one of these keys, it felt really different to get this," you know. So it's a subtle thing that you've achieved there by
They actually keep in the fridge.
Notch the flanks!
yeah,
Jesus.
it's a subtle thing that you've achieved by putting that in. That's well done.
Another Iggy card.
So boom.
Mercy.
This is your favorite line?
A gold coin.
That's
Fair enough.
the one. Yeah. Like the joke's really not that good, but it's just the delivery. Like you're so sincere with it. It's fantastic.
You're welcome. And this is the one that you could take as a pop at Grand.
According to what I've been told, Intharth is a world record speedrunner. I wonder if you can beat him.
There you go.
Yeah.
I can neither confirm nor deny if that was intentionally aimed at Gron. It just was a funny line to say at the time. This is
Oh, wow. I wonder if there's anything else on this calendar.
also one of the secrets.
Oh dear God, my eyes! I'm sorry, I shouldn't have asked. Oh, I know about this area. Stop the force field. There's some generators.
Yeah, I obviously found that one. I was like, there appears to be a hairy Scottish man on the calendar.
Oh, that's not me. That's Bateman. He's English.
Okay. Oh, I thought that was.
He's not me. Oh no, I ain't that brave. He made it. That's his own fault. I ain't lying in that bed. And yeah, the reason we have to do this properly is because to get the a secret from this area. I have to get the red key, so we can't skip this area in the same manner for all secrets, unfortunately.
Try and take me. Oh.
I need some ammo though. So yeah, every bathroom has something in the toilet.
Yeah.
It's nice, just something easy to help with.
You can't go in there.
Great. Everything should be.
I'm gonna try and make sure everything's dead so I don't have to deal with everything. And we can really hear the lines. The reason I'm blowing that up is rockets again, so it's just helpful to have more rockets, I think. And also, I wanted to make sure that even the casual, again, this is like trying to help like someone who's not speedrunning. I wanted to make sure that they had multiple options for guns in the later half. So I tried to filter some of the ammo for guns you weren't necessarily using all the way throughout to sort of help that out as well.
Yeah.
Ink dart coins were also made by Iggy. Now that is a fun fact.
It is a fun fact. I didn't make any of them.
That is a fun fact. Obviously, for certain values of fun.
Oh yeah, I got the key already. God damn it.
Oh, you lost,
Yeah, I
you
just-
lost a second there. That's,
It's fine, okay?
yeah, Graves Fox pointed out you have very progressive bathrooms, no urinals.
Thank you. I am very... Ultor was ahead of his time, truly.
Well, I mean, it's 2075, so...
Exactly.
If they didn't, they were probably quite behind their time.
Exactly. They were ahead of the game. They were metagaming, I'm telling you.
Playing four-dimensional chess here.
Exactly. It's all about the long game. Volition knew. They couldn't see their own demise, but they knew about unisex toilets.
Yep, absolutely.
That's how it works, man. So yeah, there's a secret in here we need to grab, so... Need the blue key. I suppose for a full...
A random pocket of air bubbles underwater as well, isn't there?
That's particles. I left them there. It's to sort of make it look like it's somewhat filtering in and then filtering back out as well. Oh, that. Oh, yeah.
That,
I have no idea how that gets there. I don't know what causes that.
Truly mean this much to you.
I want to point out that Jukes says those lines with perfection. He when I sent the script, he's like, I love how he lamps light over the entire thing. And I looked at him and I was like, the fuck is lamp lighting? I had no idea it was a phrase. And apparently it just means taking the piss and parodying something of which you're trying to take seriously. I was like, oh, that's perfect then, that works.
That's pretty much what you were going for.
So yeah, this is all standard and just doing it properly because I'm basically doing an inbounds all secrets run. That's what we're doing.
So in the any percent, you did a corner that got you to a position where you could have jumped in and got that red key.
Yeah,
I assume,
but I would have
assume
died. The trigger's
no...
not big enough.
Oh, okay, right. Fair enough.
Which wasn't my intention at the time, but I realized that, I wasn't building to aid, and I wasn't building to stop speedrunning. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
it kind of ended up that way.
Yeah, I assumed it was just that there wasn't a corner that you could exit from, which is why you didn't go in to get it.
Also that. I could get in and grab the key, but then I wouldn't be able to get back out.
Inkdart has a passion for PlayStation 2 games? Weird. I don't know what that is.
Learn!
Welcome to my humble domain. You will go no further.
Shit, that's gas!
Also, as you destroy each one, the gas particles turns off, which I thought was quite a good sort of signposting.
I will deal with you personally.
And Jaden has just not had a chance to speak all night, bless his heart. And here's the last one.
Gosh, Iggy's so talented.
Don't mind me, I'm just in love with my girlfriend.
Now get the flags and get out of there. Run,
I'm pleased to
the
hear it.
guards are sealing up.
I tell you what, I'll do the out of bounds that I missed in the last one, and that'll show you how it looks. Then I'll have to combine all that information together if they didn't watch the whole video, you see?
I thought you were going 1990s villain on us there. That'll show you.
You're gonna die, miner!
Didn't disbelieve.
I like this one too much to leave it out. Is what I think happened here.
Fair.
It's a very odd one as well. I'm not sure the parameter, but yeah. Essentially, yeah.
Nice.
I didn't delete any of the objects, so there you go.
One more floor. Come on, you can do it.
Which I think is such a fun little way to do that level.
Yeah.
You're gonna die, miner!
And that's all secrets, or it should be. If I don't get my ass handed to me.
Nah, you got loads of help. You're all good.
Well done, Hal. The rest
Simply walk over the flag.
for this service. I'll see you back in base.
There you go. There's the little end screen. Which again, it's just the objects I took. I made an image out of it and put it on top of the original image.
Okay.
And that's why my image was used as a texture.
That's probably easier.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's all secrets, and I really enjoyed placing the secrets way too much, I think, because I had too much fun with the voice lines.
Yeah, I could tell that you like just went to town with the voice lines.
I didn't have voice lines on them, and it felt very empty picking up the secrets. Even though the sound effect was there, I felt, for the kind of shit that it started, I wanted to kind of keep some of that aspect alive and just have the humor placed throughout and have fun with it.
Yeah.
Again, the burger guy, not a secret, but it's still a funny line, so I kept it in.
And obviously, I don't mean to offend you by using this word, but as a British person, you have the best sense of humour.
Thank you. Thank you. It comes naturally to us.
It absolutely does. Yeah, British humour is the best humour. For those of you not in the know, there's a little bit of politics behind the word British when referring to non-English people. And
is there? I'm just Scottish. I'm innocent in all this.
Exactly. Right. So people who call themselves British are English people. Welsh people call themselves Welsh, and Scottish people call themselves Scottish.
And the Irish are still wondering why they're attached.
Absolutely. Yeah, 100%.
Bless them.
Yeah, so Andy Murray, he won Wimbledon one time, didn't he?
We don't talk about Andy Murray. He's the most monotone fuck I've ever had the mispleasure of listening to. He can win and be Scottish, and he can win and be British and lose and be Scottish all he wants. At the end of the day, he has got the most monotone voice in the fucking world, and how anyone can listen to that without going to sleep is a marvel.
That is exactly it. When he's doing well, he's British. When he's dropping out, he's Scottish.
Exactly. That goes for anything Scottish.
To English people, like,
yeah.
Obviously, for you guys, they're just Scottish all the time.
If it was up to me, you guys can just fucking have him. Like, he sucks as a person. I can't stand his voice. I'm sure he doesn't mean to have such a monotone voice, but God forbid is it boring.
Fair. But let's not discuss politics. That might be against the Twitch terms of service.
Oh, you can discuss politics. Just don't be like, obviously, derogatory and whatnot.
Yeah. That's fun.
But
that's just a funny thing about being English/British. Like, the only people that call themselves British are the English, and like we use it to refer to everybody in the combined
and everyone's
countries.
still asking why.
Yeah, absolutely.
But no,
and I am actually, like, I'm pro Scottish independence.
Why? Have you seen the state of the world? We need to stick together. For now.
When the first one was done, I was very pro union, but yeah.
Oh, and then Nicholas Sturgeon wouldn't shut up, and we were like, just fucking leave, right? That's what happened, right? Just fight. Shut up and go away. I get it.
It actually wasn't that, but I won't go into detail for why, because
No, it's fine.
otherwise we will end up in a deeply political discussion.
Yeah, we can do that another day.
Yeah, absolutely, and we might get kicked off Twitch. So
No, we won't. But so yeah, that was that's capture the flag. There is impossible if you want me to try it. There is the death percent.
Just gonna have to edit out that entire section when we upload the highlight.
You can if you want.
Yes, let's have a look at him. Let's have a look at Impossible. This is going to be.
You want me to do impossible?
Absolutely.
All right. It will be 80% because I'm not doing inbounds just yet. With
any percent Impossible, you are all about to see a new world record.
I've done the impossible checkbox. We're good to go. So this is going to be me killing as many enemies as possible as quick as possible because they're going to hurt. Unlike with the other ones, you're going to see me picking up the ammo and health a lot more because on Impossible, obviously, health is less, ammo is less, you pick up smaller items of everything, so it takes a bit out of you.
They're a lot more accurate and do a lot more damage when they hit you. Yeah.
And also, doing it on Impossible is my way of saying I definitely tried to balance it so that everyone could play it fairly. It's balanced for medium, I promise. I swear I tried really hard.
It was well balanced for medium. Medium is the default. I thought I was playing easy.
Yeah.
It turned out I was playing medium.
No.
Which is
every time you start up a new mod, it defaults to medium. Yeah. So
yes.
you need to.
And so the reason that I sucked so much playing medium is because as a speedrunner I exclusively play easy. So I was
fair enough.
So I was not used to the toughness of enemies and the accuracy of them and everything. So that's my excuse for why I was bad at this when I first played it.
Fair enough. you're going to see some real struggling here with
yes,
any percent impossible.
Because as a speedrunner, you also almost exclusively play on easy.
It's fastest.
Exactly. Yeah. Gotta go fast.
You gotta go fast. It's the only thing you can do. All right, I'm ready. I'm ready to hurt. Let's do it. 3, 2, 1.
And you're in. Great work. Now let's
This is gonna look very different.
according to my intel.
Okay, actually, sorry. Can you restart this one, but turn the music up a little bit, and I will try and find.
Sure. All right. Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
because first of all, the music is banger. It's royalty free, so we don't have to worry about Twitch being funny about it.
Yeah, all these tracks are paid for and owned by me.
Yeah. And yeah, the music really is good, and I would love to be able to find the bit that I've been talking about, where it drops hard, and it's like, yeah, that's so good.
You let me know when it happens, all right?
Yep.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go.
And you're in. Great work. Now let's get them flags.
So yeah, I'm gonna be killing enemies a little bit more strategically rather than just flailing at them. Just to try and not get screwed. And we're just gonna kill this guy with us as well to save a bit of bullet ammo here. Alright. Oh no, I'm not taking that shot at all. There we go. Alright, that wasn't too bad.
Could have gone a lot worse.
Could have. Okay, sure. Why not? And I'm definitely picking up the shotgun this time. I'm not skipping the shotgun in any capacity because it will be very helpful later. Or not to get attacked by your own damage there.
Yes, because that tickles a bit on Impossible.
Yeah. Definitely. Alright.
I wonder how you get up there.
It's not you I really need to worry about, is it? Uh-oh. Oh, nice. Okay, that went totally wrong.
Wait,
I wonder
I'm on
how
your
you get up
side.
there.
Oh,
Sir, that's illegal.
don't
I
hurt me,
wonder
Minor.
how you get up there.
Mercy, please.
Jesus. Alright, this guy's gonna die.
I'm on your
Yep.
side. Oh, oh, mercy, please. Oh.
And I'm going this way so I don't have to deal with the clusterfuck. Oh, I nearly got that one. That was nearly the first try.
Wait, I'm on your side.
Oh.
Don't hurt me, please.
I remember when I made that, I thought it was the funniest thing ever, and I just haven't had the damn shits to care to delete it. It's buried deep in a mod somewhere, and I don't know what the name is, and it's just part of the game now. Oof, this is tougher.
Don't hurt me, please.
Oh, there we go. Okay, it took me some health, but we're good.
Yeah, that's going to save you a lot of health by not having to go through and
Yeah.
get shot at by those guys.
More importantly,
Leave me alone.
ammo.
But hey,
But we're still gonna go with the shortcut anyways because less enemies that way.
Oh, that's an import coin. Collect it for personal gain, I guess.
Wait, this way a little
how
bit.
good
but I
is
haven't
this
done-
music?
Thank you. I picked it myself. Holy shit! Run! Oh, whew! Oh shit! No. I'll take it. I'll take it. This is gonna be tough.
Die, scum. Don't drop your weapons.
Oh crap. Okay.
Stop.
Nope.
You're dead, traitor.
No. Come on.
Stop.
This is what happens when speedrunners play Impossible. We're not used to enemies being able to hit us and do actual damage.
Yeah, it's a little scary.
Die, Minor.
Oof.
Drop your weapon.
No. That's not enough health. I want more. Where the fuck are you going? That should be a bit better, hopefully. Oh, wait. Aha! I left a secret. Haha.
Ah, this must be the way up. Get to it.
Alright, this
This appears to be the only.
this definitely has to be an 90% sort of vibe.
Hey.
Where's the other guy in here? I know he's here somewhere. There he is.
Don't
Oh,
shoot.
wow. I wonder if there's
All right.
anything else on this calendar.
That's out of ammo almost. That's unfortunate.
Die, Minor.
Okay, we're gonna go pick up some ammo and health at the same time here because that is very scary.
Yeah.
Also, lack of ammo for sure.
Scum. You win. You win.
Yeah, I can beat him. I can just run up to him.
Minor.
Okay, I just walk away from him. Oh, bastard! Oof.
Mine rat.
Every time they do that roll thing, I just think of the do a barrel roll meme.
You're terminated, Minor.
Do a barrel roll.
I think it looks funnier in when it's not the model that's supposed to do it, because the animation, you can see it's slightly skewed.
Yeah.
So this was actually the elite animation we're using. Alright, this is gonna be tough.
See, the only guy I've seen do a barrel roll in the main game is one of the guards in admin.
Yeah, it's the elite what do you call them? It's the admin elite, the security techs.
The sunglasses dudes.
Yeah, these and that's the model they're based on. Oh shit. Oh, that's big shit.
Ouch.
I give.
Nobody run away from the other guy.
You're dead, traitor. Oh.
Saves a bit of ammo.
And, oh no!
Oh.
Bad save.
Right there.
Alright, that's better. Okay. A little bit less scary.
The amount of runs I've lost to that, honestly.
Bad saving? Oh, same. Same. Don't worry.
Oh!
You'd be an absolute Chad. The absolute Chaddest of Chads.
Destroy. And a control button. The final obstacle, the door. is
You
key
win.
card
You
protected.
win.
Damn it, die.
Yeah, he took a fair few shots, didn't he?
Busted.
The final
I give
obstacle,
up.
the door.
No!
Key card protected.
Stay there. You don't need to come out. I didn't need the rockets anyway, it's fine.
Do a barrel roll.
There we go. Oh dear. So yeah, this is one of the funny. So I actually discovered this trick in a by complete accident in a different mod entirely, but it's really fun to do. I think just try and clip the ladder. If you sometimes you'll get it, sometimes you won't. Just I think it depends on how high up your model is in the ground.
Yeah.
So like, it might take me a few tries. Like I got it first try before, which is mental. There you go. There we go.
Nice.
So yeah, we're gonna pick them first this time. And hope that I can kill. Oh. Alright. This is fucking work.
You're gonna die, miner.
That did not work. Okay.
Busted, mine rat.
Oof. Let's do the assault rifle. Fuck it. Why not?
Busted, mine rat.
Ooh, it's very scary to do this. Well, that was oof.
You're gonna die, miner. You're gonna die, miner.
I got him, but I lost too much health. Oh, they're relentless. I feel bad sticking these two now, and maybe this was a bad idea.
Have you done Impossible before?
I did.
You did. Okay, cool.
I did. How much pistol ammo?
Your stream seems to have frozen on our end.
Oh, has it? Oh, yikes. What happened?
Yeah, give it a sec. It'll come back.
I'll wait. I'll wait. It's fair to wait. You let me know how it works.
Yep. There we go. It's back. Right.
Awesome, awesome. Cracking. There we go. Alright.
Oof.
Oh, I missed.
How did that first one not kill him?
I don't know, man.
I'm annoyed on your behalf.
Anyone? Oh, no one's scared of that? Oh, come on. Alright. Ah. I feel like I have to kill them first, man. It's no good.
Flank him. You're gonna
What did he say?
Blank him.
surrender.
Okay. I totally misheard that.
What? He's just sliding, dude. Oh, Jesus. It's too much, man. It's too much. Alright, that's not too bad. Now I have to see how to do this on Impossible, and try and do it out of bounds to not die. This could be tough.
Enjoy.
Alright, on to the third
Thank you.
If it helps, I believe in you.
Thank you. I don't.
You got this. Apparently, Intath is some kind of world record speedrunner.
I heard something about that. Yeah, I'm not sure though. Can I get it? No. If I have to go in to get it, it's not possible. Unfortunate. Well, I didn't actually try this though. Oh, I can't get it that way either. Unlucky.
Nah. That's
I wonder if this corner works. It does! Kraken! And I'm getting a machine gun.
awesome.
Do you really want to die over bits of fabric?
Alright, there we go. At least I have a machine gun now.
Love that line.
Yeah, so that's one of the better lines. I really like that they scripted. I think it's hard to get really good lines. I think my scripting needs work. I give it a good shot for this though. So
I think it's good.
Ooh, fire! It's about to get crispy in here.
this is gonna suck.
Yes. Yes, it is.
I've never tried out of boundary in this room, so this could be a first. It might actually work. It might actually work. Oh, I have to stand. That's unlucky. I have to actually go in the box to... Oh well. I'm full health. Oh, that's unlucky. Oh, fuck it. We're gonna try it. That was bad. So I guess I got halfway. That's the start. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. Oh, no, that's bad.
Yeah, that's bad.
Sir? Sir?
Don't hurt me. Say your prayers, Miner. Please. Don't hurt me. Please.
Save.
Rebel scum. Busted. Please leave me alone. Busted.
No. No. No.
Please. I'm on your
Oh, you son of a bitch.
Oh, you didn't want to do that.
No. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's winnable. Winnable. You play with the cards you're dealt. Winnable.
Hey, you.
Bruh.
Stop right there.
Nice.
I thought I hit him.
Surrender.
Okay.
Nice.
Alright. We're having to do it this way.
Welcome to my humble domain. Clever hero.
I was not taking the risk.
Fair. Honestly.
So something which I can talk about with Impossible is I left health and basically all the side doors that had things in them which are accessible on the way back have all the things back in them now, so I can get health again. It shouldn't be too much of an ask. Ow. I'm not going for nothing though. So yeah, I can pick things up again and like it won't be too bad anymore. Nice. The question is, can I get through that room? Because this is about trying things, right? This is like the developer now trying to break his own game. I think that's kind of funny, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
Unfortunately, these corners don't seem to be on the grid. That's fine. Hail Mary it is.
You're terminated, Miner.
Ooh, drive by.
Nice.
Ah, no.
No.
Oh, that's so unfortunate.
Yep. It was really well done to get down there like that.
Game's over.
Swish.
Perfect.
And again. Oh no.
What? All right, that's
Very clearly shot
no.
him in the head.
Seriously?
And again. Is he doing that guard when you come out of the vent in the kitchen?
Yes, that's exactly what he's doing.
It's just temporarily invulnerable for no reason.
Let's go.
Alright, this is gonna be tough to get, because although I have the little strat here, these guys are shotguns and they hurt.
Yeah.
Damn it, dude, all my health. Alright.
Yeah,
And yeah, there's no way you can convince me to go all the way around this on impossible. In a speedrun setting. I mean, there's a world where I do it, right? But, because there's an inbounds category for this, but, very scary.
Yeah.
No! Okay.
What's on the screens?
Oh, this is a texture that this isn't in the actual mod. This is the texture that my girlfriend made and I threw it in.
Oh, okay.
It's not in the actual mod. This is my user mods.
Okay.
It's pretty funny. I like it.
One more floor. Come on, you can do it.
Yeah,
Okay.
I thought I'd never seen that before.
Is it this track by any chance?
It could be. I can't hear it very well, but it could well be. I do think it was one of these sort of areas when it kicked in.
Oh, that hurt. Ugh. Luckily, I don't care. Run! Run to the end! No, don't kill me. I'm running to the end. Aww. Bruh.
Bruh. Love it.
No, so close.
It is funny, but I do prefer my Mario mod. I gotta say.
The bra has outlived itself. Oh my god, I made it! Let's go!
Whoa.
18 minutes!
The Red Faction thanks for this service. I'll see you back.
GG.
Hell yeah, brother.
GG. New world record for
Guaranteed world record.
Impossible any percent. Live on stream here on Red Faction Runs. Hell yeah.
Easy. Now you have to go and beat it.
Well,
Right?
right now?
Well, not right now, obviously, but...
I was gonna say, no.
And as promised, I will give anyone who ever sees this mod, anyone who ever sees the VOD, anyone who ever sees the speedrun, this is going to be the guaranteed meme ending of the game.
Yes, this is what we're here for. This is what the last hour and 45 minutes have been about, as just waiting to see death percent.
And you're in. Great work.
Let's see how long it takes me to get there.
According to my intel, there's a lot of lost poison here. Be on
Oof.
the lookout for wall markings. They may be hiding things.
You know dying isn't death percent, right?
Sorry?
You know dying isn't death percent, right?
No, I know.
Horseplay means death. Danger, danger. Skulls, crossbones. Let's push the button. It's bright red. Like, come on. What's the worst that could happen? Oh, wait.
There you go.
Good job. I hope it was worth killing thousands of people just for the thrill of clicking a button. I'm so proud of you.
I feel like that was very Stanley Parable, I think.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And I really leaned into that with that line. I really thought that was like, because that was like, again, Portal, Stanley, the sort of the narrator is evil kind of thing.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure when I first saw that I sort of read that in Kevin Brighting's voice.
Now read it in J. Jonah Jameson's voice. Oh, sorry, J.K. Simmons, Cave Johnson. But yeah, if you've got any more questions, sound design, level design, anything, hit me and I'll answer for you.
think I do actually.
Yeah.
I mean, we've talked about a lot of the stuff that I was going to ask about. One thing that I will mention. I don't know if you will specifically have any comments on this or not, but when I played this mod casually, I managed to break it.
I have no idea how you did it.
And
I have no idea how you managed to do that.
yeah, this is the thing. Like, Infath has no idea how I managed to do this, and so I'm actually quite proud of this. And what it is when you go to get the red key,
In the second level.
yeah, with the laser force fields, you go and you do the tasks, and then to confirm that all of the tasks have been done, you get a voice line that says that should be open now, or something like that. So I'd gone through and done the tasks and got the voice line, and it hadn't opened the the laser
And
gates.
and I have no idea what you did that broke that. I don't have a clue.
Yeah.
If I work it out and I find out why, maybe there'll be a V1.1, but I have no... Because I think you said you did it in a different order than what you thought I'd intended you to do it, and that's what broke it. And I specifically remember testing it out of order just to make sure that it still worked, you know?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, it was because I readily understood what I was supposed to do for two of the three tasks, and then the third one I was being super dumb. So I I didn't understand. So I went to do that one, which I sort of felt was like supposed to be the first one, and didn't do it. And then went and did the other ones, and then came back and did that one. And I was like, oh, maybe it's that. Maybe it's because I did it out of order that broke it. But yeah, that shouldn't have broken it. And yeah, that's. So that's my claim to fame, I guess, is that I managed to break this mod on day of release in a manner that the developer has no idea how. And I have been
I blame Red.
I've been unable to replicate it as well, which is
Well, there you go.
which is superb. So I did something very, very specific that allowed me to get the voice line that said that it's been activated, but having somehow not done that. And I don't know what it is either.
It's funny because with Red, like, so the way that I set it up is there's a goal system in place, and the goal, to not be too complicated, it's basically do this, check this, activate this. So whilst all three of them individually shut down their own individual part, so the generators will turn off a laser grid, and the button will turn off a laser grid, and the keycard will open the door. The only time you get the voice line is when all three of them are done. So I have no idea what tripped the voice line if you didn't do them in whatever the game obviously thought you had.
Yeah, and I'm really sorry for breaking a mod on day one, and
It's okay.
for it being in such a way that neither of us have any idea what the hell is going on there.
I wish I could work it out. I really do.
Yeah,
I'd fix it for you.
Also, Greyest Fox calling me Hacker Man in the comments there. This is unrelated to this mod, but I thought you might get a bit of a giggle out of this. Back at my old workplace, they did a Masked Singer type thing every year at Christmas time.
Jesus!
And one year, because I was quite senior at this place, I was convinced to do the Masked Singer thing, and my Masked Singer character was Hackerman, complete with a printout of the meme, safety pin to a hoodie.
Worth.
So, yeah, that was irrelevant.
So yeah,
but a little bit of a giggle.
just wanted to come to this level and like really zoom in and show you the cloth sim, so you see what I was talking about now, how I shaped it to the box specifically.
Mm-hmm.
It's not perfectly placed or anything, but I did what I could with the simulation that it gave me. So
And the waving flag in the like the
This is
waving
because,
of the cloth on the flag. That's not
Yeah.
that's not something that Red handles
This
by
is-
default, is it? Like I've
no,
never
this
seen anything
this
like
is a
this in the main game.
so the flags themselves are actually visual effects, or whatever Volition calls it. Well, it's Volition's file says VFX, right?
Yeah.
So, but it is technically a VFX. It's not like a static mesh. It's not a skeletal mesh. It's something that moves on independently on its own. So the flags themselves, they've got some sort of cloth sim, and then the flags themselves, these don't have any properties, because all I did was I took the texture and I put it on a replica of the flag. So these won't have any cloth sim properties to them, except for the one that I've given it in Blender.
Yeah.
But they, I think it's pretty effective for what it was.
Yeah, it very much is.
And I do mean to upload this to faction files with the box attached to it, so that people can, it might be cool in capture the flag mods where they want to have like a red box or a blue box and a blue flag. It could be cool for background debris and things like that.
Yeah. And
ignore the Ronald McDonald face. We don't need to talk about that.
I'm constantly impressed by the things that mod makers can do with the Red Faction engine, and just the stuff that isn't in the main game at all, and possibly wouldn't even have been possible at the time. And yet here you are, some 20 years after this game came out, finding new ways to do cool stuff in the Red Faction engine, for it to still have this active a modding community behind it.
I will say the cloth simulating in Blender and putting it in red is a shout out to Bateman, because he experimented with that last year, I believe, at some point. And it stuck with me, and I was wondering if I would ever do something like that. And it came to the flag, and I was like, it's perfect, So it was really just a case of getting the difficult part was cutting the mesh up, because I didn't want to exceed the limits of red. So the big problem with it is, and you probably saw it in Glasshouse, is it's quite a lot of faces when it breaks apart in Blender, and there's a limit on faces to get it into red. A limit on triangles, a limit on edges, a limit on vertices. So you really got to be careful with how you import it to make sure it happens. So that was the biggest concern. Thank you, Lick. That was the biggest concern.
Yeah,
was making sure this worked without breaking anything.
Just so that nobody can clip that without context. Just Intharth randomly saying thank you, Lick. Lick is a community member, and he congratulated Intharth on getting the Mars Jam bling on his profile on the Faction Files Discord.
You won't see it, I have purple.
And if I haven't mentioned the Faction Files Discord enough yet, if you are interested in Red Faction or any of these mods or anything in the franchise, then come on over to the Red Faction to the Faction Files Discord. We've got game nights, we've got workshops, we've got all sorts of things. We have the competitions that bring these things to life. So yeah, if you like anything Red Faction or think any of this looks interesting, then come and join us over on Faction Files Discord. It's a really great community. And
something I'm really happy to point out is some of the hacky shit you have to do with Red to make certain things work. So as you know, when you kill the four things on the side here, our villain arc spawns inside the tube.
Yep.
But so I tried a different way of doing this first, but I realized that just having him in the tube was not enough, because the shield was visible through the geometry of the tube. So what I did was I started in hidden, and I put him inside. He's right here inside this wall. He's actually here right now. And what the wall does is it prevents me from seeing him, because in Red Faction, if you're looking at an enemy that's hidden when they're supposed to spawn, they won't spawn until you're not looking at them. So the trick was, put him inside the wall. As soon as the tube goes to open, this wall just flies out of the map down here. And I think I don't think there's a room down here. No, there isn't a room down here. But the wall, these walls itself, just flies out of the map, and you never see them to play them. But it's to prevent him from spawning and revealing the shield in the tube before the tube starts lifting up. As soon as the tube starts lifting up, the shield becomes visible very briefly before it's lifted all the way. And it's one of those weird hacky fixes you gotta do.
Yeah, that's very clever. I like that.
Because I couldn't be... So I tried making the tube fat enough. So this is actually... this isn't a brush in red. I built this in Blender and put it in the level. So this is an object. So brushes will hide the shield, but the objects won't. So I had to come up with a clever solution for that. And yeah, this very hacky, very quickly made wall works. And the glass is just there for effect. It blows up the glass when the tube opens.
I have to say to anybody who has never played around with any kind of modding or game development or whatever, every game, every mod, everything that you've ever played has something like this in there. Some like cheap hack that does the job because the engine just can't actually do the thing that you're asking it to do.
What if I told you that Bethesda had to do that themselves for years?
I would not be surprised at all.
ZeniMax would not give Bethesda time to update their engine between games. So, basically, Fallout, Skyrim, those games, they're all running on the same engine version as Oblivion.
Wow.
So they had to come up with some really clever hacks on the go to make the game function the way it does. And as buggy and as wild as it might be, there is a reason for it, and it's not their fault. And I think Bethesda gets way too much of a hard time for their games.
I mean, they are buggy as hell, but yeah, I understand that. So are most games, and it's just how well the bugs are hidden. Like, did you know that in Team Fortress 2 there's a random image of a coconut in the source files?
Did not know that.
Yeah, there's like a random JPEG or a PNG or something of a coconut, and there's a comment in some of the code that says, "I have no idea what this is doing here, but if you remove it, it doesn't build." so at some point somebody's added
That
this picture of
that sounds like Valve trolling more than anything else, because people dig in the source files, don't they? That sounds like Valve being Valve.
I mean, it's possible, but also as a software developer myself, I can confirm that there are
Shit like that does happen.
lots of things like that in my own code, where it's like, oh, if I comment, if I delete this comment, and bearing in mind that the comment is not the compiler has no knowledge of the. Well, ostensibly has no knowledge of the comments whatsoever. Like, they're completely invisible to the compiler. If I delete a certain comment, it no longer builds. And just like, what? So I put the comment back in and it builds at like 100% reproducible. So there's just a comment that says, "Do not delete this, otherwise it won't build."
It's mad that things like that happen. I think it's madder, like, the idea of putting the image there in the first place and then everything just breaks after that.
Yeah, everything has like so many dependencies on everything. It is possible that it's Valve trolling because they think it's funny, but it's every bit as possible that it's a real thing, and that removing it would be kind of like if you decided to just remove that image from that wall, so you just delete that image, and then suddenly your mod just stops working.
It's pretty funny.
But yeah,
that's single player capture the flag.
It's I really enjoyed playing the mod casually, and yeah, I have really enjoyed watching your multiple speedruns of it for various categories.
Now you know how to do it. The question is, are you gonna do it?
Uh, yeah, I
I've
might.
shown you the secrets, my friend.
I will try an inbounds run.
You know where the two big secrets of the run are to make your run successful.
Yes, I do. Yeah, I will.
They're both on the same level.
I'll try an inbounds because
Oh yeah, no pressure, of
I'm
course.
I'm not good at clipping into the corners.
For sure. I want everyone that's a speedrunner to have a death percent run ASAP.
Yeah, I think a death percent
Everyone.
run could definitely be doable.
That is like right now, that is like 30 seconds of your time and it's done.
Do you have an auto splitter for this?
It's the red faction one. Just yeah.
Oh, does it just sort of work out the box?
I'll explain that to you after.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, no worries.
But yeah, I will do at least a death percent run, and
I think
I will try
if
an inbounds.
I can get everyone, including Grunt, to do a death percent run just for the meme, I think this mod has been a success.
Absolutely, we could have that being the most populated run list in
Exactly.
all of Red Faction is just.
I doubt it'll get that far, but everyone who's here knows about it, and we can all just have a little fun with it.
Absolutely, and
Can even come up with type strategies to make it the fastest run. I don't know. Whatever.
And you and Grant can trade world records on it.
Grunt pieced out. He didn't even come and speedrun, my guy. Where the fuck did he go? What was the whole point of tagging him in the first place? Man just fucking dipped. Like, what the fuck? I will leave you on this rather grumpy looking elite guard.
With actual idle animations. Wow.
Yeah.
I did not realize they had actual idle animations.
Oh yeah, everyone's got an idle animation. There's like 2 idle animations per character.
Wow.
And the player himself, I don't know if you've ever noticed, but the player has idle animations as well.
Yes,
for every single gun, there is 2 idle animations.
Yeah, I have seen a few of the idle animations with the guns. Yeah. Well, thank you very much for coming along and speedrunning and talking to us about the inception of and the creation of and everything else with the.
You are welcome.
With the single player capture the flag. I don't think we have any questions.
That's a salute for you.
Oh, I thought he was waving goodbye.
He kind of is.
Yeah, that's so good.
If you have any more questions right now, anyone, Lick, Gray, like anyone, if you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer.
Yeah, anybody in the chat, if you got any questions.
Because I will say, as fun as the mod was, I had to take like almost a 3 to 4 week break because my motivation tanked at one point, and not because of the mod. I just ADHD is a thing, and I had to take a break, and I was really worried I wasn't going to finish it. So I'm glad I was able to finish it and bash it out in the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, the struggle is real. I'm also ADHD, and I feel you. I feel that in my soul. Like, oh, I really want to finish this thing, but brain says no.
But if it makes you all feel any better, here's a little private little secret for you all. I have 3, maybe 4 short single player campaigns cooking in the back of my brain for this game. 3 or 4, maybe.
That does make me feel better.
You're welcome.
Added okay. Oh right. Not a question, but
He
comment.
did kick your tush for a while.
All of Duke's voice acting really built up Jaden, so I expected for him to kick my tush for a while. Yeah. If you don't have the flamethrower, you said that he would take a couple of clips of
I think
assault rifle ammo to
I think it's a couple of. I mean, you could use the HMG just to completely waste them if you wanted.
Yeah.
But I like to save the HMG for going back through the level.
Yeah, definitely. And again, I think that sort of leans into the classic 90s
Um,
FPS thing as well.
But no, again, Duke, really thank him for taking him taking him the direction of like the 90s satirical, really overly, I don't want to say campy, but that kind of satirical villain. And I think it was the bridge that got the final piece together. And I really, I'm super grateful for Duke for doing that for me. He's a really talented voice actor, and I hope he pursues what he's able to do with it, because it was really fun to work with.
Yeah, that was a great performance by him. That was really good.
There he's waving / saluting. There you go.
He is, yeah. He's waving goodbye again. So I'm just gonna toggle us back to this one. You get to see my face again. It still says upcoming event. I'm just gonna hide that because I do that every single time it says upcoming event, and obviously we're at the end of it. So yeah, big thanks to Intath for, first of all, creating this mod. It's been a lot of fun to play casually, and it's been a lot of fun to watch you go through the speed runs. Thanks for staying up until 20 to 2 in the morning here in the UK just to go through this. I assume that you're like me in that this is sort of your default time zone anyway. Like
Yeah.
it's not a huge deal for me to be up until like 2 o'clock in the morning, because
I did do a lot of like swinging around because I have things to do like during the day, so I had to like throw it around quite a bit. But yeah, I insomniatic under the ADHD umbrella, so my sleeping pattern does not exist.
Yeah, that's fair, but we are hugely appreciative of you swinging stuff around so that you could do this. Yeah, so the last shout out from me is just to mention the Faction Files Discord again. Come join us. The Discord information is in the profile for Red Faction runs, and there's normally a pinned message which has the Discord information when the Red Faction runs is doing the playlist of the world record stuff. I'm going to chop up this video and see what we can put together as highlights and upload the full thing to the Red Faction Runs YouTube page. If you don't already follow the Red Faction Runs YouTube page, give us a follow on there and you will be notified when the new videos go up. It's mostly the it's mostly the VODs of the live stuff from Twitch, but if anybody has any ideas for other video content for the Red Faction Runs YouTube page, hit us up on the Faction Files Discord and we can work some stuff out. If anybody has anything that they would like to see or do live on Twitch, then yeah, just come and hit us up on the Faction Files. We've got a couple of threads about the Red Faction Runs Twitch page. So any ideas, whatever, just come let me know, or let Intharth know, or let anybody know really. You know, everyone kind of knows how to get the information around. And yeah, we'd love to do more live content. These are always really good fun, and I think we get a lot of cool stuff out of doing these live runs. So if you've got any ideas for anything that we should do, hit us up, let us know. For now, I am suffering with the COVID and I'm a little bit fevery and probably chatting a little bit of shit at the moment. So I'm going to sign off for the night, and then in about 30 seconds or so, we will return to the regularly scheduled runs of the world record runs. So yeah, thanks for joining us. It's been great, and yeah, another big thanks to Intharth, and hopefully see you all over on the Faction Files Discord. Peace out, guys.
Have a good one.